Now, the WGAL News 8 Storm Team forecast with meteorologist Matt Moore.
Well, right now the temperatures are quite a bit below average here. Usually our highs are around the low to mid 40s on average, and we'll end up being probably about 5 degrees or so below that here this afternoon. So a little bit below normal, certainly a chilly day so far. It started off really cold down in the teens and low 20s, but now that with the full sunshine we've seen, we're rebounding nicely back into the mid to upper 30s currently across most of the region. Harrisburg right now with a live look at 35 degrees, and you can see some of those high clouds drifting through, but certainly a lot of sunshine here across our area too. Radar is not showing anything, satellite just showing a few of those passing clouds. And that is about it. So sunshine and high clouds, that's the call for the rest of today, but it will be cold relative to average, anywhere between about the mid 30s in some areas up to close to 40 degrees for those that are already in the mid to upper 30s now. So into tonight, what was mainly clear will turn to mainly cloudy and do so quickly. So we'll say increasing clouds here overnight and rather cold, dropping to the mid 20s tonight and heading into tomorrow. The fact that we'll start off in the 20s and then slowly rise up with rain coming in. That may mean there might be a period of some freezing rain, at least briefly. Right now we're just saying a brief mix possible, and some of that may try to break out by maybe late morning hours. Most of the rain that's to arrive won't be arriving until we get into later in the afternoon, and even that's going to just be plain rain as temperatures come up above the freezing mark. But it will start what looks to be a few day stretch of somewhat unsettled weather. And as we look to the temperatures, there's plenty of cold air up here sitting back up into northern parts of the plains, the Great Lakes, and into Canada. We're going to get a little taste of that here as we go into the next couple of days here, particularly as we head behind this next storm system, which is now developing going into Florida right now. Usually this is one of those common setups where we get a cold front drift across Florida, and then the front just sort of stalls out, and any weak little wave of energy is capable of producing a surface circulation, and then from there it just pulls moisture up on the coast, and that is what we're going to be seeing heading our way over the next 24 hours. So high pressure and control will retreat. We'll get back into what looks to be more of an onshore flow, bringing the clouds in tonight, so you can expect those increasing clouds overnight, and then here comes that rain as it begins to work its way to the north. And initially as it starts, it may be a brief period of some freezing rain, or perhaps even a couple of sleet pellets trying to mix in. But the bottom line is most of this is just going to be plain rain, and rain are going to be the main impacts from this one. Then we head into Saturday morning, and as you can see, Friday night into Saturday, we could very well be talking about a somewhat steadier period of that rain before then on Saturday afternoon going back to some regular rain showers. So it does look like rather soggy for us starting tomorrow, especially into the afternoon, and even going into Sunday we may see some rain and snow showers, and through this stretch it's possible we could be about a ½ inch to an inch of total precipitation. So that might be a little bit soggy for us here as we close out our weekend. Then on Monday, most of the day looks dry, but it's later in the day there's yet another storm system that quickly advances towards us. It looks like a wintry mix at this point, arriving late Monday into Tuesday, but it's one of those types of systems that a small, and I mean a really tiny track adjustment can make big impacts and change maybe more rain, or perhaps the other direction, more frozen. So we'll have to keep a very close eye on that late Monday into Tuesday system. As of now, for 5 days out, we'll say just chance of a wintry mix. So heads up for that. Active 7-day forecast though.
I'll say, yeah. So location. I think
it will end up being one of those for that storm system. So of course we'll keep you up to date.
All right. Thank you for that, Matt.